everyone. In this video, I am going to talk on degrees of price elasticity of demand. My other two videos are on what is price elasticity of demand, what are the determinants, and how do we measure price elasticity of demand. In this video, as I said, we will talk on degrees of price elasticity of demand. The price elasticity of demand varies from infinity to zero. So we have the two extremes, and in between lies different types of price elasticities of demand. The first is perfectly elastic demand. Demand is said to be perfectly elastic when a small change in price brings about an infinite change in demand. The demand curve is horizontal straight line parallel to x-axis. So in this diagram, you see this is the demand curve. Small change in price, that is negligible change in price, brings about infinite change in demand. So we cannot measure the change in price. In fact, this kind of demand curve we find in perfect competition, where sellers can sell as much as they want at the prevailing price. So this is one of the extreme where elasticity coefficient is equal to infinity. Then another extreme is perfectly inelastic demand. It is opposite. Whatever is the price, demand remains same. For example, salt. Salt, you get it for 10 rupees kg or 20 rupees kg. You buy the same quantity of salt. If it is available at cheaper rate, you don't buy it more. So under such situation, the demand is perfectly inelastic. In this, again, we have DD demand curve. Original price is OP, original demand is OQ. Price rises to OP1. There is no change in demand. It remains same OQ. Elasticity coefficient is equal to 0 in this case. And then we have relatively elastic demand. Now, we have relatively elastic demand if a small change in price brings about more change in demand. So let us suppose if price changes by 10%, demand changes by 40%. So most of the consumer goods have elastic demand, and that is the reason most of the companies, they come for sale often. Price reduced by 10%, 20%, or buy this, you get a free gift. So there is slight change in price from OP, price falls to OP1, but the demand extends more from OQ to OQ1. Demand is said to be relatively elastic, and elasticity coefficient is greater than 1. Relatively inelastic demand, a big change in price brings about slight change in demand. So changing price is more, but changing demand is very less. So again, we have the demand curves. Change in price falls from OP to OP1. Demand extends from OQ to OQ1. You see the change in price is how much it is a big one, but the change in demand is very little. Like if the price of rice falls, we don't start eating more rice. But of course, it will affect the demand for some people who are very poor, who are not eating sufficient. They will be able to eat sufficient quantity now. So demand will increase slightly, but not much. And the last degree is unitary elastic demand. In this case, the change in price and change in demand is proportionate. So numerator and denominator are equal, and therefore elasticity coefficient is equal to 1. The demand curve in this case is called as rectangular hyperbola. So we have the change in price equal to change in quantity. So with this, yeah, we are done with the price elasticity of degrees of price elasticity of demand. If you have any comments, suggestions, queries, you can mention in the chat, and please like and subscribe my videos.